Merry Christmas! Welcome to day 12 of the 12 days of Christmas 2022. I am Brittany. Welcome back. I am gonna let you in on a secret. I don't know how much you are all gonna love seeing two tribal projects in a row. Christmas Eve was that one tried me a little bit, but I want to do another tribal one. This one's not going to be your, again, cutesy Christmas that I tend to do sometimes, but I'm going with what I want. So these are vintage. I don't know. I don't think they're African, but they're vintage lamp work. I got them. They were in an estate sale on eBay a while back. I think I did a haul on them. But they're beautiful. They're such a deep green, and they look like little spaceships, like the little ones that the astronauts used to crash into the sea. And we're going to use probably all of them today. I got out a bunch of old metal beads and love them. I was like, do I have any silver filigree beads? And I didn't, but then I remembered I had a haul in 2020 with these beads. So, and these might have come from somewhere else, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then I have this from Tucson. It's green. It's got a little bit of blue in there, but green and red for most part. I think I am going to take off the threads. I don't really want them on there, so I'm going to clear those off. And it's debatable whether you want to clean these or not. Most of the time I want to, and then I just don't get to it. I'm not cleaning this one right now. I might clean it in the future because it's very dirty. It's been sitting in storage for a very long time. These are vintage Afghani pieces. And the gentleman I bought them from, actually, I don't remember which one I bought this one from. They were same company, but they were at two different shows. They were brothers, and in Tucson, and they were just sitting in buckets. Like, they had buckets of these things, and he said he had tons more in storage, but they're just dirty because they've been around for a long time. They don't make these anymore. It's probably hard to get this type of thing from Afghanistan now. But I just think it's beautiful. I might hit it with like a cotton ball or a cotton swab later with some mild soap. I wouldn't use like alcohol or anything. I would just use a mild detergent, if not just water. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I always say that. But, now I'm going to have to think. I had something in mind for this. I wanted to wire wrap all of these. I don't know which direction. Probably like that. I wanted to wire wrap them all together, which is going to take a while. But also slip in maybe a couple of these very special metal beads as well. For sure want to use these two. Maybe those, but the majority is going to be the green bead because I just really maybe this one instead because it's kind of got a funky tarnish to it. So I'm gonna just wire wrap a ton of them. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do here because I can't just. I don't know that I could. Maybe I can wire wrap onto that. We'll see. I'm going to be using some vintage art metal color, and it is, I think I'm going to use 22 gauge maybe. Let's see what I can find. Yeah, here's 22 gauge, and it's like a dark silver. I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to wire wrap. Well, I'll do one, and then I'll probably do all the rest off camera just because it's going to take a while. So I think I want to use all these beads. I want it to be very long. So let's see if I can get around One of these. Oh, that's not going to work. Not with that little loop. I like that. Or maybe even a thicker gauge. I think it's almost time for new cutters. I think I'll have to buy myself a gift because they're almost donezo. All right. I like how that looks. And then we'll put on one of our beads. This is going to be a heavy necklace, so I won't be wearing it too much. I certainly won't be wearing it in summer, but you know, during the holiday season, and it'll be very pretty with any color really, because it's got blue, red, and green in it, and silver. I don't know if you can hear Goldie running in here. And I'm doing a lot of wire wraps on here because it's just, I want it to be very artistic, very messy, but like composed chaos, I guess. Or contained chaos. Oh, I love it. So I'm sorry if you thought day 12 was going to be very Christmassy, but this is a Christmas gift to myself, I guess. All right, I'm going to keep going. It's so beautiful. All right, so this took a while, but we have a beautiful necklace that I'm just in awe of. I don't think it really screams Christmas, but it's got the right color, so that's why I'm using it as a day 12 Christmas necklace. And I ended up needing a little bit more length because I wanted it to be pretty long because it's definitely a statement necklace. And I ended up finding these little beads that match this perfectly in my stash from Mama Bruce. So Lisa, thank you so much for sending me those. I need to wire on 2 more to each side. And then I found this clasp and it's just perfect. But I'm scared to use it because it is magnetic. Magnetic clasps don't really do too well with way too heavy stuff, but this one's old. It is, I think, vintage at least, and it's sterling silver. It's 925. And I don't think it's just going to break apart like some of the other magnetic clasps that I use, because it actually settles in and then rests against the skin. So I think I'm going to put it on and then I'll test it out for a few days just to make sure that it works. Like I'll test it out around the house, and if it comes undone, I'll just end up putting on this generic toggle that I have. So I'm going to wire wrap on the last 4 beads. And I think this clasp came from Donna, but I'm not 100% sure about that because it had fallen out of the baggie of clasps, and I didn't have it labeled individually, but I think it did come from Donna. If it didn't, let me know who sent it because I want to make sure that I thank you again for sending it to me. And like I said, throughout this necklace, I have not been paying attention to how messy the wraps are. The messier, the better. The more uneven, the better. It's just, I'm loving this feel of the aesthetic on this necklace. All right, and then I'm going to, with this bead, wire wrap on half of the clasp. And yeah, that's the way I want to go. Okay. Nope. And these are, I don't think these links open. I think they're soldered closed. Oops. Gotta put the bead on first. All right, I'm gonna do the other side and I'll be right back. It is finished, and this is what I would definitely consider an heirloom piece. Like, this is going to last a long time unless somebody takes it apart. And it's got absolutely fantastic vintage lampwork glass, vintage metal. I think these might be African. It's got a beautiful silver clasp and this wonderful Afghani pendant. I am loving it so much. I found these beads. I was wondering, like, what am I going to put on the back to extend it, because I didn't have any more of these. And when I found these, I was very happy. But I also looked through all my other beads and I got out some check glass. They're the exact same color. They're just a little bit lighter because they're not as dense. But it's the exact same green. And they're check, they're vintage. I've had these, well, they might be vintage. I think I've had them since I was a kid, but but when I say kid, like 13 to 15, but I might have gotten them when I was in college. So either way, they're pretty old. But I think I'm going to make a bracelet with them. I am just going to, and I know they're that old because I strung them like this when I was in college. Because that's how I used to store them when I had just a few beads in my apartment. I would put push pins in the wall and hang them next to my work desk. Yeah, I don't think the landlord liked that when I moved out. Yeah, I think I want to do a 2-strand bracelet, but not the traditional 2-strand. So I think we'll see. I'm gonna get out some bead stringing wire. It says it's silver, but looks white. Oh well. This is Beadalon silver satin, and I'm gonna grab one of these as my focal, and I'm going to cut a couple lengths of this wire. Try and feed them both through here. Since it's a hollow bead, we might have some difficulty. One's coming through. Where's the second one? We can take the one. There we go. Just gonna move that down to the center. I'm gonna clamp one side for now. I used the silver seed beads the other day. Let me see how these look with. I think it's a little bright, but I don't really have any. Oh, let's see. What about these? A little dark. All right, so I am going to crimp these onto a jump ring and then onto the clasp. So actually I'm going to attach it to the clasp first and then crimp onto it. And then I'm going to use I have a soft flex crimping tube. So I'm just making sure those are on there correctly. Put both my wires in the same tube. Okay. And then I'm going to come around my jump ring. I want to make sure that that's absolutely lined up there though, not zigzagged. Okay, perfect. Come through. I'm not coming down. I'm not coming back down through the other beads. There we go. Take my crimp pliers, and you can just flat crimp this if you really want to. Making sure none of my seed beads are in my crimps because they'll crack off if they are. And we'll squeeze. Turn 90 degrees. Squish again. And squish one more time. You can put a crimp cover on those. I might because it's not the prettiest, but it got the job done. Then make sure you only cut the tails, not the main wires. I'll do the other side. Make sure we move down all those beads. Put on my crimp and repeat the same process. I want to make sure that your beads don't have gaps between them. Everything's moved down to where you'd like it to be. This is your last chance. And don't crimp in a straight line, or else your bracelet will not move with your wrist. All right. There we go. So that covers up all the connection points. I know the silvers are a little off, but I'm fully counting on these tarnishing over time so that they all match. Oops. Just to open that back up, you put the tips of your pliers in and move open with your fingers, and now you can try again. And there we go. Perfect matching bracelet. Look how fantastically that matches. I couldn't have planned it better myself. And just it's so funny. I know we decide to buy beads that'll match something else so we can make something, but honestly, these all came into the house. I mean, some of these years apart. Like I've had these probably anywhere from 10 to 20 years, actually 15 to 20 years. And these are decades old. This is decades old, and they all just arrived in the same place at the same time in the future to make beautiful statement jewelry. And I'm definitely going to be wearing these for years to come, for sure. These are going to be among some of my most treasured pieces. So thank you so much for watching, not just today, but all year long. Thank you for your comments and everything you do for me. And Merry Christmas. We made it through the 12 days of Christmas. What some of these days I did not think it would happen. But I've had fun, and I know you have too. Let me know how you feel about this and the whole series. Look at that. It's a perfect fit. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super duper cute. I'll see you next year. Bye-bye. What is it, Goldie? What is it? You want Mommy to open it for you? Oh, you're scared. You don't know what's going on. It's a new toy! Look, it's got squeakers in every one. She's always searching for the squeaker. It's a new toy! Good girl! Good girl! Yay! You happy? Yes, Merry Christmas! We love you.